A smart guy once said that true mastery over anything takes 10,000 hours. I don't think he ever anticipated that centuries later, young adults across the world would be putting that time into video games that make them want to extinguish the light from their own eyes. Overwatch as a game uniquely lends itself to these types of people, with some brave individuals dedicating thousands of hours to heroes who are ultimately useless in real matches. But as a different smart Chinese guy once said, I fear not the man who practiced 10,000 kicks once, but the man who practiced one kick 10,000 times. But there is an argument to be made that specializing in one hero exclusively is the best way to master the game and reach a high rank. One tricking has existed since the 1800s, when certain ponies were only able to learn one trick in the circus, and he would not believe how hard it is to find an actual video of a pony doing a trick. The most prominent one trick, perhaps of all time, is not an Overwatch player, and actually grinded and still grinds Overwatch's predecessor, Team Fortress 2. wnba is a professional TF2 player who is widely considered to be the greatest of all time. He has played for the same pro team for 10 years, and he specialized in Demo Man before later switching to Soldier and now Scout. You may be asking, how is this guy one trick if he plays 3 different characters? It's because he has well over 30,000 hours on TF2. His playtime on one character, if he split them up into thirds, would be at a level of Chinese mastery. 30,000 hours is 3.4 years. Ignoring time spent sleeping and assuming wnba started playing the game at age 12, and knowing that he is now 32, he has spent 25% of his life playing TF2. It's gotten to the point that when I was researching this video and searched, does wnba, the first autofill result was, does wnba have a job? Fans even considered setting up a GoFundMe for him because the TF2 esports scene is effectively now dead. One tricks can really only exist in hero shooters and MOBAs. No one would say that Device is a one trick opper, even if that is his best gun. The newest hero shooter on the block is Marvel Rivals, and one player was so dedicated to Cloak and Dagger that he put 258 hours into them in just 8 weeks. That's 32.5 hours a week, and if he was getting paid minimum wage for this time, he would have made $4,257. With all that being said, Overwatch uniquely attracts the strangest and most degenerate one-tricks. Its public profiles and heroes that are full of character except for Kiriko draw players in, and they tend to stay with them. Except for the guy who already had 100 hours on every hero in 2017, but he's an outlier. The only difference with Overwatch one-tricks is that they all have the same mental block that only allows them to play the worst heroes in the game. The history of one-tricking starts with what I would argue is the best and most important Overwatch video of all time. The one, the only, Vindication by DSP Stanky. After getting endlessly dunked on for being a console Lucio player, he decided to lock in, get a PC, and get to work. What happened for the next few weeks, from platinum to top 500, was pure domination. And this video even features respecter of age and consent laws Dreamcasper at the end. This video is complete perfection, and Stanky had the Overwatch world eating out of the palm of his hand, but his choices would go on to shape the world of one-tricks. Lucio is a hero that is always good, and with his playstyle, which was really not that aggressive at all by today's standards, he could have easily gone pro. Instead, he chose to stick to streaming, and eventually quit Overwatch for 6 long years before coming back for Overwatch 2. He is now done being a content creator and has moved on to having a real job instead of grinding in the Lucio salt mines. But the next generations of one-tricks would be the most iconic by far. From being so horrible that he got the biggest streamer in the world banned, to causing another player to make a 35-minute video about why he sucks, to being the most hated player in Overwatch perhaps ever. These players were moving different. While people actually wanted to be on Stanky's team, these guys were destroying the ranked ladder. The man I think of first when I hear the words one trick is Symmetra player Stevo. In the first few years of the game, Symmetra was terrible. Her gun was an auto lock, she had a shield that you could throw at people, and her ult was a choice between teleporter and shield generator. The shield generator was OP, giving 75 extra shield to all teammates in a super long distance. And knowing all the sim exploits, he was always putting the shield gens in places where they literally could not be broken. For reasons like this and many others, by 2017, 1 year into the game's life, he had been banned 8 times. And that was just the beginning, as he would soon stream himself breaking one of the easiest rules to follow in all of Overwatch. But first, it's important to acknowledge some context. Among one tricks, there is one most coveted honor, a perfect profile, an account that only has time played on one hero. And as the alpha and omega of Overwatch, stevo has of course tried to get a perfect account. So when one player took sim from him, he spam reported them in hopes that they would get banned before the game started, so that he wouldn't have to put any hours on a different character. Back in the day, Overwatch's report system basically just counted the number of total reports, and at a certain level, a player would be banned regardless of what the reports actually said. So that strategy may have actually worked. He stopped at nothing, as he even spam reported an Overwatch League player in his ranked game for absolutely no reason. He soon got a taste of his own medicine though, as the biggest Overwatch streamer ever, XQC, was quite unhappy to be matched with Stevo, and after a long round, he did this. He was later banned for this for 3 days, which is somehow a longer sentence than Stevo has ever served on any account. It still continues to modern times too, as in 2021, Stevo was banned again for one final time after somehow evading bans since 2017. It never matters though, he has so many accounts, the man is just inevitable. To this day, Stevo claims to have 14,000 hours on Symmetra, or just under 2 years. Though I really heavily doubt that because he's also claimed 4,000 hours and he has so many accounts it's hard to keep up with. He is so dedicated to his hero that the one time he tried to flex and learn Sombra, he dropped from top 500 to Diamond, losing over 1,000 SR and was promptly banned. He is the most storied one trick, but Fuey 500 is a close second. He is the Torb one trick of all time, and he's been banned numerous times. He was always at the top rank and was constantly playing with streamers and just generally being a nuisance. He quickly got into some hot water with the passionate streamer Symmetra, when after getting flamed and ranked by Sam, he posted this absolute truth nuclear warhead twitlonger defending his one-tricking ways. They're calling this the Little Red Book of Torbjorn. Sam then responded with a truth sar bomba in the form of a 35-minute impassioned rant about the state of the game and disgusting one tricks. One thing about Sam is that there are no half measures with him, and he went all out for practically no reason on Fuey. This video touched him so much that on my 13th birthday in 2018, he officially vowed to quit one tricking for good in 2019. Wait, why do I see all these Tor videos? Yeah, his resolution lasted for 0 minutes and 0 seconds, as when the ball dropped, he was in the middle of a ranked game playing Torb. Old habits die hard, and that is no truer than for the baldest man in Overwatch. Orisa one trick, Evil Toaster. You might be thinking, how could he be a one trick if he was playing a good character? Well, the way he played Orisa, by walking behind the enemy team as a giant 3,000-pound horse and taking off angles. This guy sucked and no one liked playing with him, but I already made this video about him, so you can go watch that for more information. Generally though, he was a white knight who was also incredibly toxic. He would often throw games because someone was being rude to another player or flame people in voice chat because he thought they might be toxic. He has since purged his Twitch, so I have no clips of it, but this has been corroborated by many players. His true downfall started when he called out Symmetra as toxic in this clip, and people started to reflect on him doing the same thing. The pot calling the kettle black. I think having some type of drama with Sam is mandatory for dedicated one tricks. This guy sucked so bad, even the official Chuck E. Cheese Twitter account didn't like him. He later quit Overwatch and proceeded to become a Twitch ambassador and sexually harass VTubers, but you gotta go watch my other video to see that. And while you're at it, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more tongue-tying Overwatch content. Special shout out to the members in the second tier, Piggles, lhcloudy, and Flappa Stappa. An extra special shout out to GDH Legends, Got Some Good, Maple, and Goop. Thank you for supporting me, and if you want to hear your name in my videos, click the join button. Do it right now. On the topic of tank one tricks, there is the woman who played the literal tank, Bastion, and her game looked like this because she was so intensely colorblind, and rightly used the in-game name, colorblind. But there's also the original Reinhardt one trick, cloneman16. He is potentially the most successful one trick of this period, as he actually played professionally for NYXL's academy team, XL2. Played is a strong word, but he was on the team, before getting kicked because they wanted to bring on more local New Yorkers. The next player they signed was from South Korea. He also played on some old open division teams with streamers and was all around a positive one trick, and he most recently played some Marvel Rivals, but I don't think he has any desire to go pro. The original ball one trick though was Yeatle, as he was the only person brave enough to play the absolutely worthless rat. He was quite good, climbing to the top rank, even though ball wasn't even great yet. He has made a lot of genuinely good educational content and seems to be a generally good guy. The only thing other people didn't like him for was trying to join Overwatch League and coaching who was at the time the best ball player. I don't like him because he plays Hammond. We are not the same. The last one trick was moving like prime Thomas Shelby in 2018. 2013 LeBron, 1205 Genghis Khan, 33 AD Jesus Christ. I don't care. Whoever you name, he was moving freakier than them. I don't care what anyone says. Wraxu is one of the best Overwatch players of all time. This guy's highlights are like gym motivation, and he was so dedicated to the game that he once spent 38 hours straight playing only Hanzo. The guy was letting the dragon consume him in real life. But Wraxu was actually using all this streaming to fuel his purchase of $9 vodka and would be tearing up the ranked ladder completely wasted. Hopefully his long absence from streaming means he stopped his alcoholic tendencies, but all I know for sure is that if you were queuing against Wraxu in 2018, it was better to just cut your losses and leave. Save your pride. There are of course many other one tricks, Necros and Jardio for example, and of course the Doom community, but I choose not to acknowledge that mental illness. Around 2020 though, a new distinct era of one tricks started to emerge. It all started with bastionmain. I dare you to guess what hero he played. But he had a unique method of getting recognized, which was just by stream sniping and using a robot voice to troll YouTubers like Super.
Wait, can we grav bastion combo? Is that a thing? Oh my god.
His videos about playing a flank-style Bastion remain some of the most popular Overwatch videos of all time, and he even took up Evil Toaster's mantle as the flanking Orisa, like taking the one for all. Bastion reportedly quit Overwatch in 2020 and got a girlfriend 3 days later, posting about it on Twitter, but that has since been deleted as the Bastion has taken over every cell of his body, and no woman would date a Bastion player. He does actually have a girlfriend though, I think it might be the Orisa. Anyways, he forever changed the game of one-tricking, and the person who took most advantage of this was Elmo, the Reinhardt one-trick who first appeared in a now deleted Sleepy video, and was very popular as he had a pretty solid Elmo Elmo impression. He quickly came into some boiling water though, as he said this to Kefri.
Do you want to know the letter of the day?
The letter of the day?
Yeah, do you want to know the letter of the day?
I do.
The letter of the day today is F.
F.
Do you know why it's F?
It's not Sinatra or something.
Because
Yes, why?
Elmo
Can
says
you
you
not
should.
read? It's not Sinatra.
The letter of the day is F because you should be faithful to your wife. La 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 la. Kefri's a cheater. La 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 la. Accuse your wife of cheating and then cheated on her. Elmo loves his goldfish. Kefri doesn't love his ex-wife.
After gaining some more coveted attention for that, he was sent a genuine cease and desist from Warner Brothers for using Elmo's voice without their permission. Elmo has since deleted any trace that he was ever an Overwatch gimmick character, but we know that after that cease and desist, he rebranded to Poseidon and lost almost all of his viewership before being exposed for soliciting illicit photos from underage fans and telling another streamer to cease his own existence. He was banned on that account and then rebranded to Barkage, where he streamed Fortnite and played the game with underage viewers. He also lied about getting fired to get more donations and accidentally doxed himself. He was the first gimmick character to get really popular for doing something stupid. And yeah, he was pretty insane, but the next player is potentially the chillest man ever. From the very short amount of this guy's stream I've watched, I think I got a second-hand high. All he does is smoke a bunch of weed and play Torbjorn. Gotta respect that. He's also been known to have quite a large member, as he has posted it before on his Twitter, though I can't confirm because I haven't seen it. And he's also jacked. What can Tor players do? These last few one tricks though have taken the formula and improved it. lhcloudy, for example, one-tricked Reinhardt so hard he made it to the Overwatch League. This guy is so good at Reinhardt that it's not even throwing, but he's European, so he just has to be a little annoying about it. He got in some absolutely volcanic lava when he was beefing with the Saudi Arabian World Cup team, accusing them of account sharing and win trading, which, to be fair, they were doing, but he did use some bad words to describe them, which he later apologized for. The Saudi team responded by accusing him of beating his girlfriend. They did not apologize. Both Cloudy and one of the Saudi players who led the anti-Cloudy charge, Yazan, were removed from their respective teams. Yazan is another one of the most famous one-tricks, being the main character of a super video and being quite a good Pharah and Echo. At one point, he even had 5 accounts in the top 10, and he was in a league of his own back then. He was straight up win trading though with his teammate Lubda, but he was actually good too. Chasm is potentially the best one trick at his hero, and he used to just be named Ball out of sheer dedication. He did an unranked to GM challenge without using his gun. This guy is actually disgustingly good at ball, and it repulses me to think about it. That's why I like the emo ball one trick, hemp, more.
Here's how you can rank up playing only ball, I guess. I wonder if my words would have mattered, or if she would have gone through with it anyway. Don't rely on your team too much or whatever. Half the time they don't even know how much you're doing for them. It's just you out there, trying to hold everything together.
This is how ball players should feel about themselves. Overall, one tricks have sadly shaped the history of Overwatch and are some of the craziest humans to exist on our beautiful blue marble. Subscribe.